So I recently covered Microsoft's brand new Surface Pro X. It's really a beautiful piece of hardware. I am in love with its new look, and it really is a step in the right direction for the Surface line. However, its lack of real app support and optimization is a little bit disappointing as of right now. And while this device is for some people, it definitely isn't for most, I would say, which is why I thought it would be appropriate to pick up its bigger, chunkier, cheaper, and more practical brother, the Surface Pro 7 here. And this is the i3 variant, and I bought it because it is similarly spec'd in ways to Apple's iPad Pro, and it's also cheaper. I don't have all the money in the world to spend on products to review, and as of right now, this particular version is on sale for $599 with the keyboard cover, which is a really awesome deal. So in this video, I'm going to be unboxing this product and giving you some of my first impressions of it. This is by no means a full review, and I will definitely be doing more in-depth content on the Surface Pro 7 in comparison to the Surface Pro X, the iPad Pro, and I'll be giving you my eventual full review of it. But before we continue here, I'd really appreciate it if you leave a like on this video, comment if you have any questions, suggestions, or opinions, as the algorithm likes that, and will help push my content to more people. So let's jump into this unboxing. I'm going to be opening up the Surface Pro 7 first, followed by the Surface Pen, and let's use this totally unnecessary knife here to get the plastic off. Yeah, this knife is not doing the best job here. All right, so we're getting the plastic off. All right, so let's pull this sucker out of here, I guess. This is the way you do it. Hello? All right, so here we have the type cover, which we'll go over in a minute here, but let's open the main attraction right quick, the Surface Pro 7. All right, we're lifting it out of the box, and here it is. And I'm already really liking this platinum colored here, so let's pull it out. And here it is. Wow. Feels really solid in the hand. And as you can see, we have some decent I/O on here as well. USB Type A, USB-C on the Surface charging port, a headphone jack too. We got the charger and, some other literature in here. I'm not going to really pull it out right this second because, that's not super interesting to most people. And I'll actually boot this up here. So while this is turning on, I'm going to take a crack at the type cover here. So let's take the plastic off of. Jesus Christ. What the? Okay, there we go. We got the plastic off there, finally. Let's put this back over here. And here is the type cover. I like the spacing of the keys already. It's very similar, if not identical, to the one with the Surface Pro X that I got a couple days earlier. And let's slot this in like so. It immediately attaches really, really nicely. And here is the Surface in all of its glory here. And with this now all complete, let me unbox the pen here as well. So we'll pull that out if I can figure out how to do this. Oh my goodness. So after 1,000 attempts trying to get this stupid piece of tape off, here we have the Surface Pen here. Let's take it out. Yeah, so we also have some paperwork in here, which I'm not gonna really take a look at because who cares? And here is the pen in all its glory. And here we now have the Surface Pro 7 and the Surface Pen. And I think that attaches right there. Boom. So we are now ready for setup. So I spared you the setup process. It was really, really fun. But anyway, we have the Surface Pro 7 here on the desktop running Windows. And I just adjusted the display brightness here. But using it right off the bat, having used the Surface Pro X, which is of this brand new design or aesthetic, I am really liking the way this device looks and feels. The bezels are not bad at all, actually, and the fact that they're uniform makes them acceptable to me here. It's made out of this, really nice sort of matte feeling metal. It kind of has this rough texture, which I like it, and it has this beautiful mirrored Windows logo here. We also have the camera on the back, and yeah, let's just kind of jump into Windows and check out the specs here, shall we? So if we look in the About page here, we can see the specs of this machine. It has an Intel Core i3005 G1 CPU that's clocked at 1.2 gigahertz alongside 4 gigabytes of RAM. They say 3.6 is usable. And this, at least in the RAM aspect, is very similar to that of the iPad Pro. Although the A12X is more powerful in multi-core scores, the single-core scores are pretty similar amid these two processors. And of course, this runs full-fledged 64-bit Windows here, which allows it to run more programs at the moment in comparison to its more handsome Surface Pro X brother, which is, as we know, ARM-based, and developers still have to port over applications to that brand new processor architecture. The display on here looks really excellent. I like how it's laminated. It doesn't feel cheaper than the one on the Surface Pro X, despite the fact that it's a bit smaller. The pixel sense here is really great. It's sharp, it's bright, and once again, the bezels are not bothering me here. This also has front-facing speakers like the Surface Pro X. Let's open up Edge here. And although I do have the type cover, I'm not going to use that quite yet. We're going to actually make use of the pen here. So let's delete what's in here and go to YouTube. And right off the bat, I'm liking the way this works. This pen feels really nice in the hand. I like how there's a little bit of resistance when you drag your pen across the screen. It just makes it feel more like you're writing something down. So I do like that. And the dimensions of the pen are quite comfortable too. And of course, you can erase with the back part of this, which is a nice feature that is not found on the Apple Pencil. Alright, so I've tested out the speakers here. They're not the most impressive ever. They do lack a little bit of low end, but they do sound decent, and I'm happy that they are stereo, so they should do for sure if you're just doing some simple media consumption here. And of course, you have a headphone jack on this device, which is very advantageous if you need to use wired headphones, if you're video editing, or you just want to listen to music. Overall, navigating through the UI on the touchscreen is really smooth. I really do love the Surface Pen. It is definitely something you need to buy. Just like I would say, if you want to take full advantage of the iPad Pro, you got to buy the Apple Pencil. This is especially the case here because if you're doing any creative work, for example, say you're in Photoshop, which I will do a test of that on here. I'm very excited to work with Photoshop and Adobe apps on here. This is definitely going to be a great tool because you don't necessarily have a mouse all the time, or you might not want to use a mouse all the time. And the fact that this is a touchscreen really warrants using this form of fine input. So let's open up, I don't know, Word here, new document. And of course, this would warrant the usage of the type cover, which I'm now going to attach to my Surface here. It's really, really easy. So all I gotta do is just go like that, and it snaps right into place here. And then voila, we put the kickstand back, which by the way, bends back quite a bit. And here we have the Surface all set up. I'm gonna actually go a little wider here for everybody. So I am pretending to type up a review for the Surface Pro 7 with the Core i3. Yeah, this type cover is excellent. The trackpad on here is really nice. It's made out of glass. It's quite clicky and tactile, and the keys are spaced out really, really nicely as well. And of course, you can just shut it like so, and your Surface will go to sleep. You can put the kickstand down and you're ready to go. It's a really robust setup, and the fact that you get this in the box for $5.99 is really, really nice. And that's something that Apple needs to work on. I wish they made their smart keyboard cover a lot cheaper of an accessory. And even the virtual keyboard is quite nice to use as well if you don't feel like applying your keyboard cover. Let's actually go into Excel. This is a program that I'm using in my business classes, and I'm really excited to use both Surface Pro X, which I have over here, and Surface Pro 7 to do different textbook projects and complete assignments. So let's look up Excel. Open that up, and then we'll open a little project file that I have from this class that I'm taking. So here we go. Let's open that up, and here we go. This is a full spreadsheet. I heard that the iOS version of Excel isn't quite the full version, but this definitely appears to be. I mean, after all, this is a Windows 10 device, and it scales really nicely. Here we can look at all the different, tabs or worksheets, whatever they're called. I should know that because I'm taking a class about this, so yikes. But yeah, here we go. This is like one of the assignments that I had to do. Oh, we can already mark stuff up. So we can, make a little note here. I don't know. Let's erase what I just did. That's really convenient. Let's also, this is a note. And there you go. I'm actually really impressed with this. I'm enjoying using the pen here. This is really comfortable to write with. And once again, the resistance really does make it a comfortable and satisfying writing experience. And overall, I gotta say, I'm impressed with the i3 and the 3.6 gigs of usable memory here. It seems like it'll run apps quite well. Edge is really working well. Let's maybe annotate on this page. This song is one of my favorites, which it is. And then, underline and maybe highlight something. Let's just say highlight this. I mean, I love the fact that you can use the pen. It makes this feel like a very useful device. I'm definitely going to be conducting a test talking about, different school-oriented tasks you can do with this device, because so far, this really does seem like a great tablet for students, especially at this low price. $5.99 with the type cover gives you some room to buy the pen, which is really a necessity, I have to say. And overall, to conclude this unboxing and first impressions video here, despite the fact that I do have access to the prettier ARM-based Surface Pro X, I'm really excited to use this device. I'm very impressed with what I'm getting here for the price. I mean, $600 for this, and the keyboard, of course, minus tax, is really impressive. And I'm actually genuinely enjoying the Surface Pen here, in some ways more than the Apple Pencil. I will elaborate that on future videos. But yeah, I'm excited to test this out in a school test, of course, comparing it to Surface Pro X, comparing it to iPad Pro, and eventually giving you my full review. So hopefully you found this helpful. And I would say at this moment, if you're eyeing this deal here, the $600 for the i3 model and the keyboard cover, definitely jump on that, because it's not going to be around forever. I assume it's only a holiday seasonal thing. And what's great about Microsoft is that you can buy their products from October 1st to December 31st. And I think you can return as late as January 30th of next year. And of course, if you need the i5 model with 8 gigs of RAM, which I would honestly recommend to more people, wait for the sales that are coming, down the line with Black Friday. But yeah, so this concludes this unboxing and initial impressions video. I hope you enjoyed here. I'd really appreciate it if you leave a like on this video, comment if you have any questions, suggestions, or opinions, and subscribe for more content like this. Once again, I'm going to have much more in-depth coverage of Surface Pro X, Surface Pro 7. I'm going to be comparing them to iPad Pro and doing, of course, more tests with both these devices. And as always, I'm Noah, and I will catch you all in the next one.